why women now in the dating market are pulling away and pulling back during the talking stage and even after a couple dates. This is not an all, but I really do see a pattern here, and this is going to be a good video, so stick around, dudes. And if you're a girl, you're snake, and you're getting you're getting your ammunition to get one head. This is kind of the point of the video. Is like you need a psychology degree nowadays to even date anyone, um, especially when you get into like mid 20s and 30s, once the damage has begun and people are a lot more complicated. Anyway, what I've noticed is, and for myself, like it's hard for me to like I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't want to like say accolades. I don't want to say where I'm at, whatever financially, whatever this, whatever that. Like to the degree that you're watching this video and will just take my word for it. I'm not gonna like I'll just say that I'm in a good enough place where I've seen women, and this is what it is. I mean, this is what I'm noticing, and I think I'm figuring this out. If you're a dude and you're like, this is how men are. We're very simple. Work out on ourselves. We want to like objectively, be worth a woman's time and have, you know, understand our value and like be confident and then approach a woman. And now the way the dating market has worked out with women's delusion, men's simpery, and the whole fragmentation of like the normal system, women still have, although it is changing, I see it, they're artificially inflating their value by doing what women have done traditionally, except for like during COVID, it was crazy, no slut shaming, act like a dude type stuff until we realized biology's a thing. Men will just keep getting free whatever, and you're diluting your value at scale. And women have already done that. So now they're going back to the traditionally earning and waiting, making guys wait. The thing is they're treating guys that are way above their value. They're trying to artificially inflate their value by essentially they're going overboard with the prudeness. And at the very least, I'm noticing girls will almost like they're getting their ego, their little like attention, and they'll date a guy that's way out of their league and then dump him. Like that's at the like the higher end, just to preserve their delusion. I swear to God, this is happening. And I just need, like, if you're a dude and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Because we're simple creatures. We're like, okay, I just need to get to X place and then I have the power to choose a woman. It's like, no. They're keeping their power. They're wanting, and this is what happens when women have, just been ran through. They just gone, through their whole 20s. It's really sad, honestly. This is an awareness video for dudes. And again, if you're a woman, screw off because you're a snake and you're going to use this against dudes. I know you are. But love you still. But that's what you are. This is the problem. We need to get back to our roots. There's society and there's biology. Women are survivors. That's why if you're a woman, I'm sure you're watching this video, you're figuring that stuff out. You're a survivor, guys. We don't give a F about ourselves. We don't care. We don't take care of ourselves. We are simple idiots, and we are not the same. It's crazy to even have to say that. We're figuring it out. The more we act like we're the same. Anyway, I'm going to go into lecture mode here. But because women are survivors, this is why they will use anything. And this is not I heard this in a video and it was profound. Sorry, whoever, it probably was AI, so who cares? It's not even just a plagiarism if I say what AI said. And I'm going to butcher it, but I always butcher stuff. Basically, a woman being a savage in their nature and their proclivity for survival and when they see weakness in a man and testing a man and doing all this toxic crap. Like, forget all the personality disorders. Just talk like the average. A woman testing a man, a woman, you know, treating a man poorly. You know, it's women treat men, you know, like, here's a great example, is like often a woman who really likes a guy will not expect him to do much. She just wants him. And so she'll, you know, love bomb. I shouldn't use that term. Let's just say flirt, you know, really show affection. Love bomb is a manipulative tactic. So, but this is the thing too, is like, everyone gaslights. What's the difference between gaslighting and just like fucking with someone for fun, like just like genuinely? But I digress. That nature that a woman, that thing a woman does, they don't even know they're doing it. This blew my mind, and I totally agree with it. I've never, like, it. A woman doesn't know she's doing that testing, that toxic crap, that manipulation, the, you know, just, it's always a test all day, every day. She's checking you. She doesn't know she's doing that in the same way a man doesn't know that he is treating a woman in her youth differently than a woman in her mid-30s. Like, we don't even know. It's like the thing in our brain that just sees a woman and treats a woman who's 25 different than 35. Like, this is not my idea. This is the thing, and this is what the problem is now there's emotions. Now we're all, see, you just did it right now. I see you, woman, getting emotional. You don't want to hear it. This is the problem, and this is why I'm making this video. Who else is going to say it? I'm not making this up. This is just how it is. And guys have become pussies. Women don't trust pussies. Therefore, they treat them bad. Therefore, the men get hurt, and then they treat women bad, and then here we are in this mess. I'm here to break out the mess. This is a mess. The dating pool is a mess. Women are now artificially increasing their value, or trying to, and men are, it's obviously working, because this is the games we play. This is the games we play. It's a big joke, but it's not going to stop. We're all broken individuals with psychology degrees and YouTube. So I'm here to push the tide back into health for everyone, and just let the bros know what's happening. You have to stay in your frame and just ignore them. Like, don't take the bait and say, "Hi," like, you know, I'm not gonna talk the specifics for me. Maybe I will. Fuck it. Just now, people are just gonna find these videos and send them out to everyone. But like, I don't know if I can. I'll get back to you. Like, should inquire in your brain, because women are never single. She's seen who else she can hang out with, and then that's what women are doing now. Then no one has said this, but they'll text 1,000 guys, and then, you know, unless you're in the healing process and you're being a healthy person, hopefully that's the case. You're out of the healing process and you're not just damaging the rest of society. But the woman's seeing her options often. I mean, but this is the thing. I might be paranoid. I don't think I am. If you like a guy, you say, "I'll see you at this time," you know, and if you don't say that, you're keeping your options open. I don't care if it's to just watch Netflix by yourself, which is probably not what you're doing if you're a woman. So things like that, it's like, well, just take a step back. Like, and if that's a girl that's like, yeah, so this is kind of the point. I have to make awareness of this, like, because this is like proof in the pudding. Like, the less men are like aware of this, and like, this is not a red pill. This is just biology, pragmatism, what is happening. And I'm not going to allow these guys, I don't want to be a part of the simp fuel that destroys, because it's just like, women are waiting for men, is really what it comes down to say how it is. It's all it is. The more we let women just say it how it is. I heard that from the late great Black Phillip. I'll plagiarize another thing. This one I will this is plagiarized. This is all the credit goes to Patrice on this one, but that was another game changer. Is like, and it's just common sense. This is how it is. Like, no one wants to hear this. This is, again, not even I'm going to say a freaking trigger warning. It shouldn't be triggering. I don't really care if it is. But like a man who's a king, who has his castle, who has his life together, sees a woman in a dumpster and takes her out of that dumpster. It's a beautiful thing and makes her his queen. He can love that girl, and she looks up to him as his king. And that's like perfection. She's still the queen, and she looks up to her king. If you switch that, woman with a 4-year degree, age doesn't really matter, but yeah, I mean, like 35, just say 30, I won't even put age in there. Just a woman with her degree, she's got her castle, and she does the opposite, takes the guy out of his dumpster. That guy's not the king. He's her queen. Like and it doesn't work the same way. Like, she will eventually hate him for being like not. I know relationships like this that work for a little while, but I swear to God, on a long enough timeline, it just takes away a man's masculinity. Like, I don't know. Like, it can work if that's the, I don't know. If that's the arrangement, I think it can work for a while. I don't know. I just don't think, this is just like the poly thing. We're like, oh yeah, it works. And then it's like, it's only been, people have been doing it for like 2 years. And then everyone's somehow broken up with, heartbroken, and now are like married and monogamous and off of social media. How funny is that? How amazing how that works. And of course, this is the point of, I do these videos. I'm not going to get credit. I'm only going to get shit on, but it's like, I'm compelled to do it. I.e., nobody tells you when you were right, hey, you were right, man. They usually hate you, and then they go on and they go off and pretend like they were never in a certain mindset. They just pretend there's no credit. Like, no one unless they're trying to get views. I'm just saying this because this is what I believe. And it's people are hurting, and this is for like, I'm just being honest. This is, the way things are going right now, and men essentially not having, like, because we didn't have to, guys who are successful with women, and this is what's so funny about it. It's like there's so many double standards on both sides. But the problem is that if you empower only one side, i.e., women, it is pathological, as opposed to doing it the other way with men. Because men, in our nature, is to be good men. And the way the value exchange, sexual, whatever you want to call it, societal, we can just go biology, that alone. You can't change that. Again, if the biology can keep up with society, then we're fine. Let's turn guys and change our minds into being more feminine, but you can't, because it just... So, because these guys had all this success with all these different women, they're, pimps, they're using women, but I thought women had their free choice. I thought they were free love. I thought they were, they can have sexual liberty, but no, they can't at the same time. That man's a bad guy because he got with a lot of women. It's like, okay. And then the societal implications of that are, and just like, not say societal, that's a emotional side effects of that are, women are alpha widowed. If you don't know the term, they are with a guy, they have sex with Tiger Woods, and then they're like, well, I don't want to settle down now. Like, that, I was with Tiger Woods. What do you get? Like, the delusion. And not only the alpha widow delusion, but all the delusion. This is why it's up to men. I go back and forth on this, but like, right now, at this moment, it keeps changing. Technology keeps changing, and our freaking way we date and trust and bond and love and court and all this keeps changing. And right now, I feel like it's up to men to not, or at least in the context of this video, about women artificially increasing their value. And if you're a woman, again, you're still watching this, please, like, I know you don't want to. I know, but if you're in this, there's probably it's like the rabbit hole, like they're going down the rabbit hole. Like, this is up to women too. Women are smart. Like, you don't have to admit it. You're gonna call me an asshole in the comments, but I implore you, chase the white rabbit, and please wake up to the delusion that you're doing to yourself. Because to the degree that you are like gaslit, men can wait. Like this is a warning to men in the short term, but in the long term, if we don't get trapped, we have all the time in the world. So I implore women to do just wake up. Please, you're not gonna give any guys credit. You're not gonna give me any credit. We don't want credit. That's why we're men. We're nice guys. We put up with a lot. We speak truth and get shit on for it. That is what it is to be a man. We're capable of the hard truths, and that's why I'm here in this video. Sorry, but we'll destroy our reputation, destroy ourselves, for the truth and for family, because it's kind of all linked. There's no society left. There's no family if there's no society left. Everyone thought and I was one of them. I was like, well, they say polygamy destables. I heard Peterson say that. He's like, yes, it's, polygamy, which is the one-off of polyamory. Polyamory is worse, I would say, in that it's treating women like men, in which polygamy is just creating kings, but it actually creates families. So I think polygamy is probably more healthy. Call me a bigot, but I've experienced it. I know what I'm talking about. I've seen it, anecdotally, of course. But Peterson talked about it destabilizing society, and you go, well, that's only you picture a place, just like you picture Germany with bad people turning into Nazis, and everyone thinks that they would be Schindler, and everyone thinks that polygamy was just that one time in Utah. It's like, no, I saw it in a microcosm. I saw it destabilizing. I think we're seeing that. It destabilized the dating market for sure, just in different ways than previously would have happened. It happens exponentially now with social media and dating apps. Anyway, get off my soapbox here. Yeah, in closing, I'll say that, women, please wake up. It's only gonna hurt you in the long term. I feel like daddy over here. I gotta fucking preach. This is who I am. This is how I communicate. Sorry. And then with men, be aware of what's happening in the dating market. And we need to be active in what women's intentions are. And direct. If she is playing games with you, call out the games. That is part of your frame, is saying, what do you mean by this? Hold them accountable, even though they can't be held accountable. And then leave. This is what that's the thing. You can't say, this is what I'm looking for. As men, they choose when it's time to have sex, and then we choose the relationship. So to say too early, this is what I'm looking for, is a simp move. But they've almost put us in that corner. So I don't know. It's one of those things. You kind of have to play the game. I would argue it's, to the degree that you're willing to, of course, but I would argue, yeah, it is not a good sign if you do do find out if a girl's playing a game. I think you can kind of tell. And then just keep in the back of your mind, recreational use right there. Even if you're a nice guy, you want to save them, don't save them. You can't change anybody. We shouldn't be saving anyone. They have to save themselves. Sorry if this came a little bit lectury in the end, but it's just what I'm seeing in the market. The dating market is still effed, and this is awareness video. Hopefully, what do you call it? A call to action for women and a warning to men. I guess that's kind of the 2 points I got out here. Anyway. Love you guys. Hope this video had value, and you guys are, if you guys are seeing this, let me know below. And yeah, just basically stay safe out there, both of you guys. Take it slow. Take it slow.